Hello, I'm Renan Erickson, and what I want to show you today is how to create an 8-way character animation using Fireworks. Fireworks is part of Adobe Creative Cloud. So what am I talking about in an 8-way character animation? Typically in a game, you might have a character that needs to move around the board like this. Move up, move down, move left, right, and the different diagonals. So in Fireworks, what we do is we want to create all those different directions here. So I have 8 of them, and then I'm going to create 8 frame animation for each one of those. That leaves me with a 640 by 640 pixel file here, because each frame I'm doing is 80 pixels by 80 pixels. And a nice way to help you with this is doing a grid, and you can create a grid. So I have 80 pixels by 80 pixels with color. So I would create these by hand with all these different elements. You can see I'll get a whole bunch of different ellipses and vector artwork here. And then one tool I used in Fireworks that was nice was this thing called the freehand tool, the free tool. And you can click on this and you can manipulate the vector very easily. And I went through frame by frame and kind of manipulated the different feet and different things very quickly that way. So I'm not the greatest artist, but there I have my image with all the different frames. And then what's nice about Fireworks, it's great at optimizing of the export of the kind of image you want. So I want a PNG 32 for alpha, but Fireworks also has this thing where you can see how big the file is and see the output before you even export it, which is really handy if you want to go through and try some of these other ones. So I'm going to come back here, and then I'm going to actually do the export. So export, I'm going to save it as a test PNG in my assets folder for this project I have. Now I've decided to use for this technology to create this game is something called Loom. It's created by the engine company. It's a new technology that allows you to create 2D accelerated mobile games, and they built a little framework and a language. It's a lot like ActionScript 3 that is based upon the Cocos 2D API. So you'll see some things that are more specific to the Cocos 2D API, like CC size and animation. And what I'm doing here is I'm creating my 80 pixel size here and going through the 8 frames by 8 frames and actually pulling those out of the test.png image. I'm creating each frame in animation, and then I'm running through and I'm creating a layer, the sprite, and putting on the layer, and I'm putting on it at a certain X and Y. I want to go ahead and add some touch events so I can change the direction of the character. So I have touch down and move and up and up. I don't want it to move anywhere, and change direction on the 2 other ones. Basically I want to get the difference of the X and Y that I've clicked on and where this runner character animation is in the middle. And then I just do some math on the angles and change all the different directions from 1 to 8 here. Here's some code on the ontick that actually renders it every frame, and it just goes through and does I can change the frame rate and walk through in this animation that I created up here in the shared animation cache. So to run this, all you need to do is to type in Loom run. It launches their little application, and here's that application you see. So one cool thing about Loom though is it also allows you to dynamically change code and assets on the fly. So I can come back on here and select in Fireworks all this and actually do something like change the hue and saturation. So I've already got a hue saturation filter here that turns it purple. I can go ahead and click on export again and save this test PNG out, and you'll see that in the game my assets, without even have to reload the game, automatically turn to the purple. And like I mentioned, it's not just animation, so you can also change code. So I can come in here and change this to a faster frame rate and save the file, and it'll automatically reload that, and now you'll see the guy is running, the animations are going a lot quicker. So here I've showed you through Fireworks, Adobe Fireworks in the Adobe Creative Cloud, and using Loom from the engine company to create a nice 8-way character animation. Thanks.